Hello everyone, Grandmaster Varuzhan Akobian here with the Puzzler's Paradise class. So today we have some special puzzles, but I want to warn you, they are going to be hard puzzles, okay? It's not going to be your typical tactics, boom, boom, and you win the game. This is going to be some serious endgame work we're going to be doing today as well, okay? We're going to be combining some good endgame tactics here as well, okay? So, position number 1 in the screen we see here. White to play and win. We got opposite color bishops. We got no pawns on the board. It looks like how are you going to win this game here? It looks nearly impossible, but there are some ideas. And there is one idea in particular that you need to find. I believe the first move is pretty natural. You probably see the first move. You know, what is the first move here? Yes. Queen d4. A4? D4, centralizing your queen. Queen d4, he centralizes his queen. This is normal. Now he goes king g5. Okay, now he goes king g5. And the question is now, what do you do, guys? Okay. Now what do we do here? In this position, it's tricky. He's got the defenses and everything, so we need to try to activate our queen. Okay? We need to do something to activate our queen here. What is the move here? Yes. Yes, go. What's your move?
Maybe bishop to f6.
You have the bishop f6, but you also have that square for another piece, right? That's the bishop square. What's the other piece can go there, Teji?
Queen f6.
Queen f6, getting a little bit closer to the king. Now he goes here, king g4. Now, what do you do? Now we gotta push this king backwards, right? Now we gotta push this king backwards. How? How are we gonna push this king backwards? Correct. Correct, but he goes here. Not allowing the checkmate. Yes, you have a perpetual if you want, but we don't want a perpetual. We were trying to win this game here. So now.
So black is
Yes, what's the move?
I guess black is trying to make a draw.
Yeah, but you're white. You need to find a win.
So and I guess in black once just little black best draw is reputation.
What's the move? Just give me the move. I need a move here. I need a good move here, guys. What is a good move here for white?
Queen d6.
Huh?
Queen d6.
Where?
Queen d6.
D6?
Yeah.
That's D6 is here.
Oh.
D5?
I mean, queen d3.
Yeah, you can, but okay, this king is here. You gotta want to check him a little closer here in this area. So what is the move here? We can check. What is the other check you have closer? Yes. Yes. Yes, sir. Now, he cannot go here because if he goes here, we got the little fork, huh? Queen d3 forky and winning the queen. That will be game over right there. We pick up the queen. So he goes bishop to g4. Very important move, bishop to g4. And now, what is the idea? What is the special idea you're going to do here? What is the special idea? Now what to do? Which move? Then he goes queen f5. Something very special. Now, very special. This is the brilliant move here. If your move is brilliant, that means you have the solution here. This is what it calls the double exclam, okay? Now, we're in a paradise, but this is also double exclam we see right now here. Who has it? Teji?
Queen H4.
Bravo. Oh, we have an answer in the chat as well here. Queen H4, double exclamation mark. He takes back. What is the idea, Teddy?
Bishop F6.
Checkmate. Checkmate, Teddy. So if he goes here, you come here, you say checkmate as well. Okay? Checkmate, checkmate. Now, he goes here now. He goes here now. What are we going to do now? He goes there. What are we going to do here to attack? Now we need a special check here. We need a special check in this position. By the way, if he had gone here, do you see the mate? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes?
Yeah.
Check. 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 And a mate. Okay? Check, 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 and results into a mate. Okay? So, now we're at the last option here. He goes here. What do we do here, guys? What do we do here? Let's not make too much noise here, guys. Now, what to do here? He is trying to escape, but he's not going to be able to do that. Yes?
Queen to G3.
Then he'll go back to G5. It's the same position. It will be repetition, yeah? Teji.
Queen F6.
F6, here's Queen F5. You don't want to get that queen involved, okay? Don't let that queen get involved. Another good square you have for the queen. Yes. F2. Correct. Queen F2. If he goes here, we have a checkmate. If he goes here, check. Check. Checkmate. Okay. So check, he is like, what do I do, you know? What do I do, he's thinking. And the only option now after King F4 is, last option is you go check. He plays Bishop F3. If he goes here, you have check and pick up the queen. Or you can even try to mate him with Queen D4. But if he goes here now, we must take. He can't go here, can't go here, can't go here, has to go here. We check. Can't go here, can't go here, has to go here. And now, I want to see the checkmate from you guys. No checkmate, actually. We just got to win the queen on this one, okay? The winning the queen is good enough. And of course, the winning the queen is Queen D3. What is this idea called when you do this? Skewer. Skewer, not pin, skewer. And also known as the shish kebab tactic, okay? So skewer or shish kebab tactic, okay? Very nice. Very well done, okay, guys? Very well done. Now, we have another similar position for you. We have material equality. Material equality All right, white to play. White to play and win, okay? I want to give everybody a chance and also our online audience a chance as well. Well, that's the start, okay? That's the start, yeah. That's a good start, Queen A1. But he goes King H7. And we need to continue, huh? We need to continue on this one. It's a step-by-step process. It's not like a easy. Okay, what's your next move? Just say the move. Just say the move.
Queen H6.
Well, a queen is on A1. It can go to H6, yeah?
No, H1.
You can go to H6. Your queen is on A1. You can't go there, unfortunately. Queen. The queen F6, the problem is he might just move the bishop and cover the H6. All right, so we gotta get closer here, right? Our queen is too far away. Can we get closer to him? Can we get closer? Queen B1, okay. Now he goes here. Queen B1, he has to go here. Now we gotta get closer, right? Yes. Correct. So this is a pretty straightforward process. Now he goes here. We can't go up anymore. The queen is covering it. So we can't really do that any longer. So what can we do instead? Teddy? Queen H3, correct, Teddy. Now the idea is he cannot block with the queen because then he's blocking himself out totally, and after Queen C3, it's a mate. So he has to block with the bishop. And now we're gonna transfer, this idea is the hardest part. I think this part is the hardest because it doesn't look like it's just winning, It doesn't look like, okay? Now, what do we do here?
Queen G3, Bishop G7.
So, Queen G3, but Queen G3.
Ready to support the bishop at G7.
But your queen, the black queen is guarding it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
queen is guarding it. That's the problem. So we gotta start out with another check from here. Forces king to go to G8, right? And now his queen is actually doesn't have that many squares to go to. Yeah, you can do something and trap this queen. What is the idea? What is the idea? Very strong move here you have, because you're actually trying to set up that queen, okay? This queen on A7 is not very well placed. Yes?
I think we should move the queen, our white queen to
Where?
C4.
C4, but your bishop is under attack right now, right?
Yeah, but the chance the king too.
But he takes the bishop if you move to C4. He actually wants to take your bishop now. Chat has it. Chat has it. Oh snap! I only see this one chat. I don't see the YouTube chat. I only see this one chat. Twitch. Osna has it. Osna online has it. Let's see who else. Audience here. Few people raising hands. It's a special move here. Special move, okay? Teddy. Better, better. That's your second move. You gotta do this move first, and you're threatening to play Bishop C5. Yes. You can't go to G7. The queen is there. Better. Okay. Aha. Vedant. Hello, everybody. Yes. YouTube audience now has it. Okay. Correct move here is Queen C8, of course. Of course it's Queen C8, because after Queen C8, you're threatening to play Bishop C5 check and pick up the queen, okay? A8 is taken, B8 is taken, everything you see here is taken, okay? He cannot go anywhere, he cannot take here, we have a Bishop C5 check picking up, so nothing he can do here, okay? And his only good square to go to where he's not losing the queen is to F7. But if he goes to F7, what's gonna happen here? Deji. Very special move here. Where? H6. Because now he cannot go over these squares. He is forced to go here. And if he goes here, you take and mate. So my question is, what if, when you go here, what if he plays here? Why is this not working? What if he goes there, guys? It looks like his king is simply escaping, no? It seems like he's escaping. Is he really though? Is he really though escaping? Bishop to c5, and the queen is trapped. Okay, queen is trapped and he cannot do anything. Okay. Yes. No? Yeah, bishop c5 and can't go anywhere. All right. Moving forward. Yeah, bishop c5 and can't go here, can't go anywhere. And he cannot go anywhere. The king is trapped. Hello, everybody. Hello to the YouTube audience. And we have also Twitch audience. A lot of people watching this. So bishop c5 traps the queen and the game is over, okay? We're moving forward to this interesting one, okay? Very interesting, actually, puzzle. White to play. White to play and win. Okay. Now, what do we do here? Now, what do we do here? How do we try to win this position, guys? It's a very, very tricky one because he just wants to go rook h8, and if you play d7, he goes rook h8, and he should be able to hold. Not a super hard one. Once you see the idea, you're going to be able to find it, okay? The first move is a very special move. It's not a regular move, okay? It's a special move. Because your idea is to try to promote. And let's see here if we have some answers online. So what is your alternatives here? Yes, your suggestion.
My suggestion is to go to move the pawn to A8, and because then the king will capture.
Okay.
And the king will be too late to catch the pawn, to catch the other pawn, which will make it.
Okay, but he has a rook, right? He has got a rook too. He's got a rook too, but okay, you have some good idea. Okay, just gotta calculate a little bit deeper, but you got some ideas here. Yes? Bishop e6, I just bring the rook over to d2 and I just take the pawn. If you move the bishop here, I put the rook here behind it and just win. Take this pawn. Once I take this pawn, you cannot win. It's the wrong color bishop here. Wrong color type of position. Teddy. No, because he's going to be able to go rook h3, rook d3. Timing is very important, okay? Timing is very important in this position. You don't have that much time. You have to go for the most precise moves here. Yes? Yeah, the problem with this move is he goes here. And when you attack him, he's got not that many squares, but he has a very important square on a8. And thanks to this very important square, he's going to be able to hold this game, okay? To a draw. If he did not have that square, then I think it would have been more difficult to hold this position. So what can we start with? Daddy. First move. A8. Sacrificing the pawn. Now the good news we see here, this queen, this king is there, right? D7. If rook goes here, we take. So that doesn't work. Has to go here. King G7 attacking this. G8 is taken. F8 taken. E8 taken. D8 taken. C8 taken. He has to go to B8. And now if he's on B8, what do we do here? Very important. And now what do you do? Hello, Benjamin Bach. How are you? We have a Grandmaster also watching us. And what's the winning move here? Aha! And now the rook is running out of squares. And he is losing his rook, and you're going to be able to promote the D pawn, okay? He's losing this game, okay? After 7. All right, very good. All right. Ready for the next one, guys? Moving forward. White to play and win. You got two bishops, he's got a queen, no pawns to promote, very specific play needed. Yeah, please close the door. So we have some moves suggested on Twitch, some on YouTube as well. So let's see who is gonna find. I need a little bit more than just one move, guys. Give me some variations, okay? So what is the first move look like it's gonna be here? Yes. Correct. He can't go to the D file because you have a check picking up the queen. He cannot go to E6, you got a bishop G4 check. So he has to go here. No choice. Now, then he escapes on F5. Don't let him escape there, okay? Special move needed. Bishop B3. Yes. Bishop f3. He cannot go here because you have a check and picking up the queen, okay? He cannot go d3. I have a rook d2 check picking up the queen. So he has to go here. And how we arrive to this position, it seems like we're on the right path, you know? We're on the right path, but now we're stuck. We are on the right path here, looks like, but now suddenly it seems like we might be stuck here. And what to do? That's my... So what's the move here? Who is gonna find it here? Online audience or the students here? We have quite a big of a large crowd today here as well at the St. Louis Chess Club. Quite a nice crowd we have here. Who has it? Huh? It's a special move. It's a very special move. Okay? I don't see the answer yet. Few people raising their hands here. You. King f3? You're giving up your bishop? It's not going to work. Bishop e4? King takes e4.
Yeah, but then you forfeit, right? Are you secured?
So bishop e or d?
D4.
Queen d4?
Oh, yeah. Or D4 or D2?
Excuse me?
Bishop D2?
Now? King d4? Very special move needed. You got to look at the entire board. If you look at the entire board, you have a chance to spot this winning move here. But you got to look at the entire board here, team. Entire board, okay, needs to be looked at it. Because you kind of want to move that light square bishop, right? And then play rook f3. If you move the bishop, you play rook f3, you have it. So how to do it? Deji. Bishop g2. But then he has queen g4, Teddy. Bishop g2, he has queen g4. Now, what's the move? Bishop A8. Now, it's covered. Threatening Rook F3. That was awesome. That was awesome, okay? Now he goes here, Queen G4. Now, what is the idea? You gotta do your thing. Yes.
Bishop D2.
King D3. Don't rush. Don't rush, okay? Yes.
Rook F3.
Queen F3. It looks like a draw. Bishop takes, king takes, right? But don't you give up, okay? Don't you give up here, guys. Don't you give up. What can you insert here first? Bishop D2, check. And you push the king away, okay? You push the king away, guys. And now you have to demonstrate the checkmate with two bishops, okay?
Do you do Bishop F2, sorry, or E2, sorry. White.
Yep. All right. No, two bishops is a win. Two bishops is a win. Okay. All right. Now, the last one for this class will be a little bit lighter, okay? And then we'll have a short break before we start the other class, okay? All right. White to play and win. So the first move is very important because you don't want to allow him to escape, okay? So if you don't do anything, he plays king g7. Like if you're thinking about knight h4, he goes here, and if you take, and this is a drawn position. So first move is very, very important. Teddy. No, f6, he goes king f8. You don't want him to go to f8. Okay? Now he goes here. Now, if you let him go bishop g8, he escapes, okay? Four, Now, he goes here. So that's why the first move should be king h6. He goes here. Knight here. He cannot go back to g8 because of knight g6 mate, guys. He goes here. And now you need to remaneuver the knight. Knight f3. He goes here. Knight e5. And now what is the winning move, guys? No. You need to control the g8 square somehow, okay? So knight goes to c6. He cannot go away. You pick up the bishop. Has to go here. Can't go here. Can't go here. Has to go here. Checkmate. All right. Any questions? All right. Perfect. Excellent job, guys. This concludes the first class for the Paradise. We'll take a 5-10 minute break and we'll be back for the second class, Exclams, okay? Double exclams will be hard double exclam positions for you, okay? Hello guys, I'm back and now we're starting the second class, the double exclam class, okay? And you're gonna find some serious double exclams in this class, okay? So we have the position number 1, okay? Make sure you calculate everything, okay? Calculate everything. White to play and win. It's a serious race and black seems like doing okay, but how are you gonna stop it? How are you going to stop this knight from reaching c7? Very important, okay? White to play and win. Yeah, I know. They're not easy stuff here. We're doing a tough training stuff, guys. Not easy stuff here, okay? A lot of the easy stuff, it's easy to find, you know? All right, what to do here? What are we doing here, huh? So what is the first idea we have here, guys? White to play and win. White to play and win, and you need to find the best continuation here. The knight wants to get to c7 and prevent everything from happening. But how are we going to prevent that, huh? Because he's threatening to play h2. If you don't do anything, black is going to play h2, h1. Okay? So that's why we have to do something. We have to try to make sure we can do something against it. So, what is the best move here for white? As you can see, black pawn is also quite advanced, ready to be promoted in 2 moves, and white has 3 moves away. But the main problem, the knight. The knight wants to get to c7 square and prevent the pawn from queening. All right, let's look at the chart here. We have some suggestions. A6 is suggested by Marcelo on YouTube. Now, H2, then you just go A7, and this is good, guys. This is easy because you promote into a queen and you pick it up, okay? This is easy. The problem here, we see that after this, he plays knight E8. And he wants to put the bishop, knight on c7. This is the problem. Or knight e6, in fact. And now he wants to go knight c7. If you play a7, he just goes knight c7, and in fact, black probably going to be winning because his h-pawn is going to queen. So this is where you need to come up with something very special, okay? Very special. It's actually one of those clever positions that actually you could be losing here. There is no like in between here. Either you lose or win here. So One thing I can tell you, we cannot allow that knight to reach the c7 square. If he reaches the c7 square, then it's going to be over. So what can you do here to prevent him from getting it there? So, what is the idea here? Anybody?
Bishop d8.
Bishop d8 suggested. Sacrificing the bishop. And if I take a7 push, if he goes here, we check and we put the queen on h1, we win the game. Of course, correct. Now, he cannot do that. Take on d8. So he's going to continue with the h2. He's going to continue pushing his pawn because he has a clever defense prepared. I push. And now if he queens, we just promote into a queen and we pick up h7, okay? Now he goes knight c7, sacrificing the knight. Okay? He's not just giving up, he's sacrificing the knight. And again, a8 is now covered. Bishop takes, attacking the pawn. And now you're about to take this pawn as well, so he has to promote. He has to promote, and you may think like, wait a minute, this is easy. You may think like, this is just very easy. Now what do we do? Pawn a8, but what do you want to promote? That's the question. Because if you promote to a queen, I go here. And you take my queen and look what happens. Stalemate. You see the trick? That is a serious trick right there, okay? And the block is escaping to a draw. So, that's why I pause. I say, what do you want to promote into, right? Because perhaps we need to promote into a... Correct, Tracy gets it. Bishop. Now it's check. He goes away. You take back and he's got squares on h-file to go to. And then we deliver the checkmate with a pair of the bishops, okay? We deliver the checkmate with a pair of the bishops. Any questions? No? All right. This idea that when you promote into something less than a queen is called under promotion. Remember that. Under promotion, okay? And that is the idea. Under promotion, and that's a stalemate. Don't do that. So you just promote into this and pick it up. All right. Moving forward. White to play and win. Very important move you have to find. Very, very important, okay? The problem is it's the wrong color bishop we have. It's the wrong color bishop, guys. So what to do? You have a lot of squares, yeah? Which one? He goes king f7, king e6, and he's going to hit the bishop. And then you're going to have to move it again. So you're going to lose some time with that, okay? Unfortunately. Yeah, but then he pushes the d pawn and king d7, so that's why the bishop d6. Bishop d6, you're gonna lose an important tempo. Okay? All right, dark chess. Dark chess has the idea. Dark chess has the idea. Audience here, what do you guys think? This bishop we have to move, right? But we don't want to go here. He takes here, he attacks here, he attacks here, he attacks. So that leaves you with what square? This one, right? Yeah. All right. So now he goes here. Push. So he has two options. He can go there or here. If he goes here, you push. He goes here. Now you want to cover this square, okay, with something. Boom. Cover, cover. He goes here, and now you go boom. Taken, taken, taken. He has to go away, and what do you would do? Bye-bye. We promote the pawn into a queen, okay? So can't do anything. So that's why he's going to try to go to this direction. Now, You push. You push. So he goes here. Now, if you push, he's going to go here.
Yeah, but then you,
But you also want to stop king b6 or king c7, okay? So which move is going to allow you to do that? Which move is going to allow you to take away those two squares? Yes?
bishop, yeah.
a5, taking away the squares. If he goes away, you promote. And if he goes here, now you just got to make sure he runs out of moves. If he runs out of moves, his king is going to step away from your pawn. So how are you going to make him run out of the moves?
Move your king.
Yes. Move your king. Now you go here. Now he has to move the king and you take. And now look at this. He can't go any of this square, so he's going to go away. If he goes here, then you push and you promote. If he goes here, you're going to go here and you promote. So whatever he does, he's in serious trouble. So we win the game with the idea suk suwang. Suk suwang. That any move he makes, it worsens his position. Remember that word, suk suwang. Okay? Very good. You win via suk suwang. All right. White to play. It's a very unpleasant position for white because black has this outside pass pawn on a g file and your d pawn is just simply being blocked. So it feels like it's just lost, you know? It just feels like it's just lost. So think a little bit. Think a little bit, 2-3 minutes of thinking at least. Just to have a plan, you know. 2-3 minutes of thinking. So the first move is pretty clear, right? We cannot give up the pawn, we have to protect it. We go king c6, and not only that, we're threatening to play king to c7 promote. So he has to go here.
Yeah,
And now the problem is he's threatening g4. g4, g3, g2. So our next move is actually kind of forced, because if we don't, he's just going to promote the pawn into a queen.
and black. And now black's gonna make it stalemate because if king goes to d6, then it's gonna be stalemate. So it wouldn't work.
What do we do now? We have to be in the square, right? So king d5 is forced. Now he takes. And now the problem is, it seems like, yeah, he's slowly gonna Suksavangas and win it. But we have a very interesting idea that we can do. We have one very interesting idea we can do, okay? So we have to use some kind of stalemate idea to our advantage here. Thank you for the bids, Impulse. Alternative, we can walk back. No, we're not walking back. We gotta face those pawns, guys. We gotta face those g7 and g5 pawns, okay? King e4. Good job. Good job. Now he goes here. f3. Good job. King g4, king f6. It looks like we lose. We are in Suksuwang, you know. We go back, he takes our pawn. Looks like we're in Suksuwan. Are we though? Or maybe we have something clever. Aha, king h5, guys. If he goes backwards, we take the g-pawn. If he pushes, we take the g-pawn. If he takes, what do we got here? Looks like we got a stalemate in our hands, don't we? That is a stalemate, everybody. You gotta use that to your advantage, remember, okay? You gotta use that to your advantage. Very nice. Very, very nice job. Good job. Moving forward, we got an end game that it seems like it's just going to be a draw, you know, it's just so drawish here. But white to play and win. First move is very important because if you don't play this move, then I don't see how we can even try to win this. So the first move is very important. He wants to play king g7, and if we allow king g7, we cannot win this game, okay? So we have to stop king g7 here. And also that h7 pawn is on the way. That pawn is a serious problem, so we need to see if we can win that, okay? So king h6, correct. King h6, he plays... Now he goes bishop here. He says, give me the pawn. Very important move here needed. We cannot afford to give him the pawn, right?
Yeah, but so black can go.
No, it's white to move here.
White to
Yeah, you don't want to give up the pawn. If you give up the pawn, then Will be hard to win it. But he's not going to take. Bishop d5, he'll go bishop g6. Cementing the diagonal. And then... So now we need to protect. We need to take our time and protect the pawn. Bishop d3. Now he goes bishop e6. He attacks your pawn. Pawn push, he goes back. Because what happens now, if he just does this, you will just take. And when he takes, you just go here and you mate him, actually. His king is getting mated. Okay? So that's why he goes here. He will go back here. And it looks like he's more or less holding this position, okay? It looks like he's more or less holding this position. And now, who can calculate the winning idea? Ah, I see the correct solution. The correct move here is bishop takes h7, guys. If he takes this, we go g6, g7, we give a mate. And if he takes here, we go here. And if he goes back here, look at this mate. Look at this mate here, guys. So he has to sacrifice, because what else can he do, right? And now, strangely enough, his king is kind of in front of you, but he doesn't have the ability to get the opposition, okay? Because if he goes here, you take. But now if he goes here, it's still not too late to make a mistake and throw away the victory. You're not throwing away the victory. You're going to purely calculate here and get the win. Now, what is the winning move here?
165.
Correct. Now you just push. You push and you promote. Okay? Yeah, it's just amazing. Bishop h7, g6, and it's just over. And if he goes here, you just take. Here you actually just wait like this. You just wait. And you promote to a mate. Got it? All right, guys, and the last one for today, okay? This is a cool last puzzle for you for today. White to play. And a black and escape. White wants to escape to a draw because he's down a queen, guys. He is down a queen here, and it looks really tough. Really, really tough, okay? So how can you try to escape this position, okay? So what is the idea here? Sometimes you have your own pieces obstructing you, right? Sometimes you have your own pieces obstructing you. So what do you do here to save this game from a difficult position like this? So what is the plan here? How should white try to escape in this position? Any suggestions here from the audience?
Sacrifice pawn.
Okay, correct. Suggestion C7. If bishop takes, what do you got?
Fork on queen.
Fork, easy draw. If he takes with this guy, what do you got? Fork, right? Easy draw. Of course, the problem is if he takes back with the queen. And now, what do you do now? This is the tricky part. The only way for you to survive is you to come up with some kind of an idea where you can construct a stalemate. So we start out with, yes,
Knight
C6, check. So he has a couple of options, but let's say he goes away, and now he says, okay, no more checks, except just one, but it doesn't look like he does that much. So what are we going to do now? very similar if he goes to c8 or b7. Again, we don't have anything. When you don't know what to do, what do you play? When you don't have any good options, you give a check. He goes king b7. Again, it looks like if you take the bishop, queen takes. If you play knight d8, he plays king a6. So he can't really do anything. So he's going to play. Yes?
Knight d8.
Knight d8, he goes king a6. So you have to do something first. What is that something that you need to do? Because remember, the bishop is covering the d8 square. The bishop is covering the d8 square, so you need to do something first. Because you got your king there in the corner. Your king is in a good spot for some potential stalemate tricks, right?
Is the bishop there? I guess that's my question.
Sacrifice the rook, huh, Tracy? But I take.
Yeah, but then you go knight d8.
I take.
Oh.
I take everything, but suddenly, what do we have here, everybody? Suddenly you got that stalemate that we were talking about, okay? You give up everything. You give up the pawn, you give up the rook, you give up the knight, and then you arrive to this position where it's a stalemate, everyone. Stalemate, yes, we are. We are going for stalemate, absolutely, okay? Fork and a stalemate. Let's do it again from the beginning. c7. Best move is queen c7. Check. Check. And now we get to this position. Check from here. He has to take, no choice. Take. Okay, so always think of these ideas, okay, guys, where you can actually give up some material and come up with an idea, okay? Very important to look for a stalemate, okay? Very important.
I did something like that, like one time where I did, like where I just promoted. So they promoted a queen, and they were right next to my king, and my king was right next to my pawn. So I promoted, and then their queen took, and then I took back, and it was stalemate because there were
Yeah.
no red pieces.
Yeah, like something like this. All right, thank you everyone for attending the classes in person and online on YouTube and Twitch. We had a very strong audience, some good suggestions, and good job everybody. We'll see you next Sunday, okay? Have a good evening.